Oh, hey. Figjam is an online collaborative whiteboard that I wanted to show you because there's lots of different ways to use it and lots of different things that it can do. And when I learned about it, my brain just about exploded with all the different ways that you can use it in your classroom or just for personal use. So if you've ever used FigJam before, I mean not FigJam, Jamboard. Google Jamboard is an online collaborative whiteboard that is going away, and Google has endorsed FigJam as like one of the tools that you can use to replace it. FigJam is actually way, way, way cooler than Jamboard. So I'm just going to go over some of the basics, and then if you're interested in learning more or if you want help setting up an account, just let me know, because FigJam gives educators and students a completely free professional account. All you have to do is type a few things in and get verified, and you are good to go. So this is what the whiteboard looks like. It is infinite. It continues up, down, side to side. It's just like outer space. It just keeps going and going and going. So a few of the basic tools here. There is a timer that you can add to the workspace. So if you want kids to be working in here, but they need a timer, you just set that up and then they know how long they have to work. There is a little bit of music that you can add to the workspace. Okay. You can use some artificial intelligence, which I haven't ever used any of that in here. I'm just going to go over the basic stuff that's available. Let's go down here to this toolbar down at the bottom. So a pointer tool, there's a hand tool where you can grab the whiteboard and scroll to see the work that extends beyond the boundaries of the screen. There are some writing utensils, so markers with lots of different options for color choices and line thickness, highlighters, washi tape. Let me just show you how some of these work. Okay, marker, highlighter. Washi tape is really cool because any way that you click and drag is how the tape is going to come out. All right. The eraser tool is super cool because all you have to do is click and drag and it completely erases whatever it was that you were working on. And the reason why that's cool is because a lot of these online whiteboards, you have to physically like shake the mouse back and forth like you're actually erasing a pencil, and it takes forever, especially if the work is, if there's a lot that you need to erase. Okay, sticky notes can be used in tons and tons and tons of different ways. So I can zoom in here by pinching. You pinch and scroll, or pinch and like you do the pinch thing on the trackpad to make it bigger and smaller. You can change the color. You can change the font. You can change the size of the font. Okay. You can change the style of the font. You can add hyperlinks, all the things. This right here in the bottom, it shows Jill Peterson because that's the author of whoever's adding this. So FigJam, because it's collaborative, a lot of people can work in the same space at the same time. So it labels the elements that each person is adding, but you do have the option to turn that off. What is your favorite color? Okay, you can just use this in tons of ways, just a basic way. All right. There are shapes that you can use to set up graphic organizers and just different ways for kids to respond to things. So you can change the color of the shape, you can change the type of shape. Here is like a little mind map thing that you can add. There's templates, and it is overwhelming the amount of things that this tool has. But like I said, I just wanted to get the basics to you so that you can go in and start tinkering around and find all the cool ways that it will work for you. A connector tool is pretty cool. So let's say that I have 2 sticky notes on here, okay? Or a bunch of sticky notes on here. We're just going to pretend. And let's say that some of the sticky notes have a vocabulary word and some of the sticky notes have definitions, and you want the kids to go in and use the connector tool to match the vocabulary words to the definitions, or they made a flow chart, or they are doing a sequencing activity. They can use the arrows to show the sequence of something. Okay, you can add a text box. Type here to talk about what you learned in social. studies this week. Typing is hard. That's why we need to practice. Okay. Sections, this is a section button. So sections are cool because since this whiteboard is infinite and it goes on and on and on, it could potentially be very easy for kids to be working all over the place in it, and you're having to scroll and zoom and pinch and pull and find where everybody's stuff is. So the benefit of adding a section to the whiteboard is that you can name each section, like your students' names. Each student has a section and put them all together, and then all of their work is in one place, and each person just they can work in their section. So then you know that that's what they did and that's what that kid did, and it's just a good tool for organizing, especially since you could accidentally hit your trackpad and you're suddenly down on the bottom and your work is there, but it's hard to find. So sections is just a good way to keep it all confined. You can add a table if you so choose. Stamps are a really cool way to share feedback. So if you typed a bunch of statements and you wanted your kids to like agree or disagree with the statements, or like the ones that they like, or this is the one that I have a question about, there's hearts they can use. There's a thumbs up, +1. I like that one. Give that one a vote. Like if you're going to vote, okay, a star. Oh, and look, if you pull it up like that, you can just keep stamping, stamp, stamp. I have a question about that one, okay? There's another way for them to give feedback. It's the emoji feedback. So this one shares a little animation. So let's say that I'm working on something in the board and my partner is working on something in the board, and I like what my partner is doing. I can just go click on their work and give them that little instant feedback. Hey, I really like what you're doing right here. It doesn't stay. It's just a fun little animation, okay? A couple more things. There is a photo booth widget. Now, this is just about the coolest thing that I have ever experienced in my life. It's an old school Polaroid. Okay. Serves no purpose except for that it's just fun, and it's a great way for kids to get involved and to take pictures and just have fun and be engaged in what they're doing. Okay. But look, it's a digital Polaroid and it's so cute. And so then let's say this was my section. I'm going to go put my picture with it. All right. There is, look, stickers that you can add. Oh my gosh, it just keeps going and going and going. So if you've ever watched me in huddle time with my notebook and my stickers and my washi tapes and my markers, this essentially has all of that in one place. So if you just have a kid who likes to take notes and needs that kind of creative outlet, let them get on here and knock themselves out. Go tell them, hey, you learned a lot. Go do a brain dump on Figjam and just make it pretty and just share everything that's in your brain. What a fun way to be creative and have that kind of artistic outlet if they need that. There's templates like graphic organizers and all kinds of stuff. Oh, here's a cool widget. It's a dice, and you can click it and it changes the number, which you can use a million different ways, I'm sure. One other thing I wanted to show you, plugins. There's an Unsplash plugin, which will allow you to get images from the internet. So if you were learning about nature in science and you wanted the kids to find a picture of their favorite thing in nature, okay, a tree. So they type in tree and it puts it on there. Sometimes this one's a little finicky for me sometimes. There it goes. It just takes a second. But then you can resize. That's the only thing about Figjam that I'm still learning is like the size. If you're like really zoomed out, things will be really tiny. And if you're really zoomed in, they'll be really big. But anyway, I thought that it was a really cool tool that I see a lot of potential in for a lot of different ways. So, like I said, if you like what you see here and you want to learn more and you want to set up an account and you want to get verified for that professional free account, just reach out to me. I am super happy and excited to work with you and share because this is kind of a new tool for me too. So, I would love to hear the different ways that you see for your classroom to use this or just for your own personal use.